Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Cat's Cottage. I'm getting me a cup of coffee here, and it smells so good. I'm going to lower this down so y'all can see what I'm doing. Here we go. Get it over the sink. I don't know why it always drips, but it does. So let's go into the other room. Whoops. Always knock the bottom of that camera. Okay. Okay. Got my aquarium over here. Now I gotta feed the fish. Yeah, people always tap on an aquarium. Wonder how irritating that is for a fish. I guess it's okay. It's kind of like somebody knocking on the door. There we go. Thank y'all for those nice compliments and things. That was really cool. Oh, you know, when I filmed my husband cutting that limb, we got a bush that got that witch's broom at one time, and we cut it back down because it's one of those Asian bushes. I can't think of the name of it. What I do know is the wood is hard as a rock. You're not going to get the roots out of there. So we cut it all down, and it just, it comes back. But yeah, and it's a firewood that's cut them limbs down. It's easy for my husband to handle. Um, he's 84 now, and I don't think he needs to be splitting big old logs and stuff. So, and he enjoys fire as much as I do. So, but anyway, I was yesterday looking in my greenhouse. It's time to clean it out, and I didn't get any vegetable plants, seeds. Shame on me. And every time I don't do that, I pay the price. I go to the store, and $5 a flower, or it's even up to $7 a flower. Um, or I got some real wimpy ones. Yesterday, my husband brought me some eggplants, and wimpy. I don't know if they'll do anything or not. I'm gonna try, but having this old thing hiding in the greenhouse, it's a ceramic mushroom, kind of beat up, as you can see, been knocked around. Don't know how I got it or where it came from, but had it a while. Most people just throw it away once it get all chipped up. But what I'm gonna do this morning is I'm gonna um, come on down here, and I'm gonna use, whoa, oh my goodness, excuse me. I just took and chunked that, didn't I? I'm gonna touch it up. I don't have blue paint, of course. Got this red. Well, I do have blue paint, but I'm gonna. I don't know why I said that, but I'm gonna use this red fingernail polish. It'll look like this mushroom has a red dot. You see those mushrooms all the time with a red. So he's got a red dot. And I think there's a couple more around on this way. I don't want you to run. Don't go running. got to run on that one, so I'm with my arm. So I'll just make a round dot of it. Okay, that's all of them. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Yeah. Uh, maybe I can stand it up in there till it dries. Up in here somewhere. Yeah, stay there. Okay. Ain't no sense of throwing anything away. Just keep recycling it. Okay. Y'all can see I got two TVs on. I always turn on my aquarium, like they're live or something. And this is usually gardening here. So let me turn that up, see if I need to turn off overhead light. Okay. I just stopping in to say hello this morning. Um, I'm lighting a little candle that smells like lemon cookies. And it really does too. Won't burn my nose. Oh, yes, that smells like lemon cookies. Got a little party going on. Yeah, got a little party going on. I'm trying to get away from that TV. I'm kind of caught between them. My duck hasn't come back again yet that I'm aware of. But I do know it'll probably come back for food, since I have so many frogs, and mosquitoes, and um, fish, little fish. Oh, oh, that feels good going down. I have about 40, it says about 46 people, 46%, not people, percent. That's almost half of you are not subscribed. And I'm still waiting on my birth certificate from Texas. Come on now. Um, guess I'm gonna have to call. And see what's going on. Same thing happened last time. They couldn't find one, and they wrote me and they said, "Well, we don't see your birth certificate anywhere. Can you give us the information and we'll keep looking?" Um, all the information I gave them, they wrote it down on my birth certificate. Wrote it down. That's the same exact stuff. Um, so that's when they came up back with that misspelled names on my birth certificate. So I don't know. But I was surprised there that you could change anything. You can change your race. You can change your parents, where they were born, where you were born. That's crazy. That doesn't seem right, that you can go back and change and you give them some money. You give them money for that, the fee money. Oh, it's kind of, I don't know. That's why a president could say he was born in America. Uh, anyway, I don't want to lose any subscribers, but if you're that sensitive, I guess you need to go anyway. But I was telling you to go. I started out telling you to subscribe because I'm just getting nowhere. That's what I'm doing. Yep. Easter is come and gone, and something the Pope dies on Easter. Isn't that something? Um, work right to the end. It's the way you should go, working just right to the end. Don't lay up and, of course, he was sick working, but it's terrible when you get trapped into a hospital and you can't get out. And then, we're just gonna, and hey, we got a, up on the 5th floor, we can send you up there and just finish it on out, to go to the old hospice. Oh, I'm talking about depressing things again. I don't mean to. Just live the best you can. If you're still out in the world and you can stay out in the world, they call it the wild now, out in the wild. Um, you can stay out in the wild, just keep living till it's over. Where we go after that, I'm pretty sure it's not, don't exist. I myself believe that there's something else there. I want to feel, I want to seem like it's just, you just walk through a door. That's the best way to, I think about it. Just kind of walk through a door. Uh, I don't know. I don't know that we get very far from the earth. I really don't think so. Um, just don't know. But I have some questions when I get through that door. You know, I was listening. I listened for the rain. I thought I heard rain. I have a metal roof on my porch, and I thought that's what I was hearing, but uh, I don't know. I think it's one of those clocks up there. I got a lot of clocks. I think it's that clock. I never sit over this way, as y'all. No, I don't usually sit in this direction. I just thought I'd give y'all a different view. But no, that's that clock ticking. Oh, I had the strangest thing happen this morning. Now, maybe it's been going on all along, and I never paid any attention to it. Those little LED bulbs? Well, I got some up here in my chandelier, and I'll flip the camera up there in a minute and show y'all. But um, I turned the light on this morning, and I turned it off, and some of the bulbs stayed on. And I thought, oh, that's strange. Are they going to go out on me or what? But yeah, they stayed. The ones that are clear and you can see through, the metal there, it stayed lit. And I don't see it lit now, but uh, that was weird looking. Um, Next time I'll watch every time and see if the bulb actually goes out. Um, I guess the only way you could see that is if it was clear glass. And here, I'll show you my chandelier, and we'll just turn it on, and then we'll turn it off and see if it's still Whoop. There, get it right, Kathleen, before I do all this stuff. Okay, now let me turn it on. Oh, I was right. See the dark one? It burned out. It was given its last hoorah. That's it. Okay, see it lit? Y'all see it lit? Let me do that again. Okay, see it's fired a little bit. You can see a little, and then bring it down. It's still lit. Well, it's trying. Excuse me. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but I never saw one light up afterwards. They lit. It's just given its last effort. Yeah, I bet that bulb's out for good. It's not a ghost. But anyway, I was trying to think of something to talk about. Let's see. I was saying I've got 46% not subscribed. So that's almost half. Really, that's kind of half of you that watch steady and you hadn't subscribed. And I was kind of wondering if I did that with anybody else that I watch. I watch people too. Um, I think it must be that you don't want to get a notification, because I think that's what it might be for me. Um, I do have some that come up, and I just ignore them. So that you could do that, you could subscribe, and if you don't feel like watching me, you could clear it off. Um, yeah, but I would appreciate that to y'all subscribing. I have a lot of people watching, and not that many are subscribed. Um, Now, the ones that are subscribed to me, thank you so much. You got some of y'all have got some really nice sites. Really something to talk about, I guess. But and if I make you feel like your mama that's gone, or your grandma that's gone, that's okay. That's good. I wouldn't mind seeing one who looked like my grandmother or acted like my grandmother. I would like that. Um, I hadn't seen one yet. Uh, and I love watching young women too. I love watching young women and men work in the garden. I just really do. You know, sometimes they seem to be making mistakes, but are working harder than they should for one particular thing. But that's okay. You know, we all did the same thing, learning. And yeah, y'all have some really nice gardens, really nice, beautiful flowers. You know who you are that I'm talking to. Your gardens are beautiful. Um, I tried to show you a few different flowers through Easter. I started to do a tour, and I thought, no, I'll just show them a flower once. Like, kind of, maybe you find your favorite flower to look at instead of having to look at all of them. Uh, I don't have a lot of flowers. It's only it's because of the critters that I have underground here. They just absolutely wear me out. I've tried everything through the years, and now I lean toward what's wild, what's wild in my area. Like the irises, the wild white or purple irises. Um, I even let some weeds grow that are, you know, natural here in Tennessee. In the front, I let weeds grow in the back, but in the front, I have some of that bisbane or whatever you would call that stuff. Looks like tiny little sunflowers. I mean, daisies. I let that grow and fill in the area. Um, I've tried to let different things that are wild grow in there, but they don't seem to work. Um, I have planted roses through the years and had them just packed in here and sprayed every day, worked every day spraying, you know, to get the spot out. Um, and you go online and you look at that and you say, oh, well, ask the question, what can I get that black spot off those roses with? And they got the answer. But I've tried everything, just everything. And I have told y'all I have a lot of water rushing through here um, during our monsoon area. And it's so much, it takes a lot of months to dry that out. And, you know, people say, oh, you need to add water. Roses like a lot of water. Well, no, they don't. They might in an area. I think the best soil there ever is a sandy loam soil. I think New Jersey has some of the best looking, and I only say this through watching the gardens, you know, that people have in that area. They have some of the best soil. It drains really well, and it stays. It doesn't get all hard pan clay like it can here. And yeah, I don't know how I got off to talking about dirt. Um, but anyway, I've watched y'all's gardens and y'all's homes and your decorating. Uh, Nice, really nice, and I enjoy it. Uh, but I might not be subscribed to them. You know, I've got 3,200. I'm not subscribed to all of y'all, no. But I do see your sites, you know. I'll say, oh, let me go check on, and I'll look at that person. Um, and then some time will pass, I guess, and then I go back and check on that person again. And just don't give up gardening because you're not getting that, your subscribers are not increasing. Uh, don't give up gardening or decorating because that's what you love, you know. And you're being sweet enough to show it to everybody. You're showing it to people, giving them ideas, and some people can't do the work anymore, but they love seeing other people do it. You know, my daddy used to like to watch. I'd come visit him about twice a year, and he loved watching me out in the yard, uh, in his yard, um, and I'd, you know, he'd watch out the window, you know, because sometimes he was felt too bad. Um, he had that disease that he got from the service, working on ships, building ships. I'm, I'm not. It comes from asbestosis, yeah, and he had that, and he couldn't. He didn't always feel good, and if he did come out, he sat on the ground. You know, I guess his legs was giving out under him, but he liked to watch me work or move around and look at discover his plants and tell him how beautiful that was. And it was really beautiful before he passed. Oh, it was gorgeous. And he had little walkways, um, pretty flowers, and just greenery. under some trees. He had some walkways. You could spend some time in there, you know, looking around at everything. And he had a garden, small garden. Him and my mama worked in it. And he'd have to sit on the ground, garden rows, and do it, because he didn't have any energy. But yes, don't stop showing us your garden. We love your garden. And to the man in Australia, just keep on going. You're the one that encouraged me to get those boxes and plant in them. Yeah, I bought some, as y'all seen in my back. They're a little pricey for what I can afford. I think I got 3 of them. And the other lady that I won't call her name, started planting out in tubs and chairs. Well, I actually had some tubs, and she's correct. You can find tubs and chairs on the side of the road. People throw away those plastic chairs. But anyway, I had a big old tub garden for a while, but it wasn't working for me that well. No, it was the water. And I made holes in that plastic tubs, just holes, that burning holes. It didn't matter. It didn't work. And you could dig about a hand's length down into the bottom there, or less than that actually, and it would be stagnant in there and rotten, and it never drained properly. I have a couple of tubs still that I kept, and I'll tell you what I use them for. I dump when I have too much compost to put in my composter. I put it in there, and it's open, and it just rots to right in there. And if I have a little bit of soil that I buy, a little bit left over, just a little bit, don't know what to do with, whatever, I just go dump it in that on top of the grass. And I got about that much of really good rotted composted dirt. And I put it up front in my 2 big old pots that I just repotted some flowers in, some petunias in. See how that works. But yeah, I got cut grass, leaves, just tons of leaves during the fall. And I got leaves I need to rake up even now. And I'll put them in there. And I might put a little bit of sack of manure that I can buy over the top and just let it sit in there. And then by next spring, when I'm after soil, it'll be all black, rotted down. And I don't turn it. I don't really do anything to it. I have planted on top of it, and what the heck, But yeah, I've kept the tubs, some of the tubs that I had, because it cost so much. But yeah, I learned from her, not how to garden. I'm older than her, uh, but I use the tubs. Because of my back, I've got 2 ruptured spots on my spine. But, I can work a little bit. I have to work a certain way. I can't bend down to the ground. I can't get on one knee. Uh, so, but yeah, we just keep on going, don't we? Um, I have to be careful how I do things because of my certain injuries and that I have, and the spine rupture is. I recall doing that at one time. I was helping my sister make a garden, and I sat down. I was doing too much weight. Sit down, couldn't get up. Had to go to the emergency room. I had ruptured 2 discs. Of course, I've gone to doctors since then. My last doctor said, "Well, we could do surgery, but how much pain can you stand?" And surgery might not take a long time to heal, and you might not, you know. So I passed on it. But I just want to keep walking around upright till it's over, you know, like the Pope, till it's over. And but yeah, y'all just keep on doing that, you know, keep on, don't stop. I enjoy your, you know, whatever it is, 30 minutes, 5 minutes. Sometimes I get out there and I set the camera up and everything up and I'm ready to go. And I'm going to, you know, I'm just going to work till I get through, and I'll see if the camera's shut off or not. And I go over there and the camera's been shut off 30 minutes ago. You know, things don't always work out. And y'all are better at it than I am. You know, you can put films together, you can put them to videos together and add pictures and do all this and another. I can't do all that. I just film, and whatever comes on there, comes on there. I don't know how to cut any off. I did learn how to, y'all do see, I learned how to speed myself up. And my husband, he didn't, I showed him the video. I didn't tell him anything about me speeding myself up. And he just looked at it normal. He said, "Hey, you're doing a good job. It's good." I said, "Do you think I'm working a little fast?" He said, "Yeah, maybe, but that's good for you." So I need to get a little faster so it'll look like I'm zipping. Oh, yeah. Today, I'm me and my husband. We both work a little bit on everything. I've been pulling stuff out of my greenhouse. Most of it's dead, but and some surprisingly not. And if it's dead, it's my fault because it's been warm enough in there. It's just I haven't put enough water. You know, I need to be beat. Uh, yes, a lot of it was alive, and I've tried to put it, you know, out. Maybe it'll snap up and look better. But you know, you see the prices on all that stuff, and pretty expensive. So, you know, I was just going to sit down here and say hello. And if you're not making videos, that's okay too. You know, get out there. If it all looks overwhelming, oh, let me back up and go back in the house. Oh, I think I'll just sit down over here, drink my coffee over here, my Coke or whatever it is, and just admire the whole thing. Just take a little, if it's overwhelming, just take a little spot, clean that up a little bit. It don't have to be totally clean. Clean that up a little bit. Go sit down, enjoy that Coke, and then maybe a day or two later, and maybe you use it like exercise, you know? Like me, I've had enough exercise for 5 lifetimes. Um, you know, running 70 miles or more a week what is enough as a young person, you know, trained in biking and all that. Then I was hiking. Um, I have exercised enough. So what I do is now I exercise in my yard or the house. That's my exercise for the day. You know, that's the exercise because I'm older. So, and I just don't have it anymore. I don't have the gas. I wanna up here. I wanna, and I know what I wanna do, and but I just don't have it down here in the body. Um, so, um, but I do a little bit. Try to do a little bit every day, um, and keep moving. Keep, you know, exercise, and this is just my opinion from exercising my whole life. And if you looked at me, you would know. You would know what shape I was in. Um, we all, we're all not going to keep it. We're not going to keep it. You know, you might be getting older and you look like you're keeping it, but if you're slim and all, and you've inherited that. This is just all my opinion. My opinion. You've inherited that, and if you inherited and you grew up and your mama had a big belly and she got heavier as she got older, or your aunt or your uncle, you take a look at them and say, nah, I'm going to be after one of you. You know, maybe you had a slim granny. Like, Granny, please, I hope I took after you. You know? Um, but anyway, my opinion was, and I never said it, my opinion is exercise makes you feel good. Exercise can go hand in hand with losing weight, because if you exercise and feel good, you'll feel good about trying to lose weight. And if you lose weight, then you feel like exercise. They just go hand in hand. But the exercise itself does not bring your weight down. I walked and biked the whole AT trail and back again and lost 15 pounds. Oh, you're not. I ran the Boston Marathon and lost 3 pounds. And then it got it right back. So, of course, that was fluid. Exercise just makes you feel good about yourself. So, and it makes you want to eat better. It makes you want to eat, not overeat. Oh, I got to go biking tomorrow, and I don't want to have a heavy stomach and all that. So you eat less. Or I've got a race to do tomorrow. I'm not going to eat pizza tonight. That's heavy, you know. But exercise makes you feel good. And when you're older and you go down to the community center and you do those jazzercises, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like I'm still going, you know. But you're not going to lose any weight. You lose weight if you don't put the food in. That's how you lose weight. And some of us, which is, I'm going to be on that list, just a little bit means a lot. But I have to admit, I love food, and I always have. Well, one, I didn't have any when I was a kid. I didn't have very much food. I was extremely little, extremely bony. And when I got older, especially in my older age, uh, I didn't have to sacrifice any. I don't have to sacrifice. You know, when you're young, you feed your kids first and your husband and that, and then you might eat a little bit off. Oh, I've already ate. Um, but as you get older, you don't have anybody to sacrifice for. So you don't exercise as much and you eat everything you want. So that's how this weight comes on. But uh, and if you think you can sit on the couch and it's okay, a little bit of weight don't hurt anything. But it's not that. It's that the movement. You can't have the better movement. Your movement gets restricted slowly, 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 and without the exercise, you just all of a sudden you're gonna hate to get up. You're gonna hate to get up and walk. And you see people that can't hardly walk uh, in a store somewhere like that. It's because they're wobbling because they're fat. They barely move around when they're at home. So if I'm fussing at you, I'm fussing at myself too. Okay, we're both guilty of that. So Anyway, I'm going to quit fussing, talking crazy. I'm going to drink my coffee. And I'm going to say bye because I'm looking at 40 minutes here, going over 40 minutes. And y'all probably done long gone by now. And I'm talking to the clouds. Y'all take care. And I'm done rumbling and rambling and whatever it is. Okay. Bye-bye.